What are you doing?
The antlers and the glasses are having a competition with my ears. Just like... Does it look okay?
Yeah. Yeah, looks good. No, it does.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Elise's Eats, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of the most iconic Christmas desserts in Australian history, I think, which is a pav. And if you don't know what a pav is, it's a pavlova. If you don't know what that is, it's like a beautiful meringue dessert with cream and fruit. Oh, it's so good. So currently today, it is 36 degrees Celsius. That's about 96 degrees Fahrenheit, and I am wearing this because Christmas, the spirit of Christmas is too important than dying of heat stroke. But yeah, on Australia Day, sorry. So on Christmas Day in Australia, it can get up to 40 or 45 degrees, which is about 105 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit, and we don't really wear this, but we've got the aircon blasting, and I just really wanted to wear it because Christmas. Oh. So let's get started before I die. Yay! Yay! Okay, so these are the ingredients you're going to need to get started. 4 large egg whites at room temperature, important, room temperature. 1 teaspoon of white vinegar, or you can also substitute this for lemon juice. 1 tablespoon of corn flour. 1 1/4 cups of caster sugar. You can also use icing sugar as well, but I prefer caster. About 1 teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. Why is it in the middle? Because you're going to need it for both things. Oh. So what you're going to need for the decorations is 1 1/2 cups of cold whipping cream. Now this is cream that has about 36% fat. Make sure it's icy cold, so just out of the fridge. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla bean paste or vanilla extract. And then about 2 teaspoons of sugar. And then on top of that, we always put fruit. It's delicious. I'm putting about 2 punnets of chopped strawberries, and I've put about 1 tablespoon of sugar on top of these. Left it overnight to let the juices come out. Then I'm also going to be using 1 kiwi fruit chopped, 1 small yellow peach, and a punnet of blueberries. And this is just because it will look like a rainbow. Because I like rainbows. Rainbows!
Are we the same person?
So let's get started with the pav.
You might.
You might. So what we're going to do to make the pav is put our egg whites at room temperature, in our mixing bowl with a whisking attachment, and just whisk it until it becomes nice and fluffy, but with soft peaks. I'll show you what you're looking for.
Go, go, go. Go.
So hot. So this is soft peaks, when it doesn't completely hold its shape, but it's nice and frothy. So now what we're going to do, while it's still mixing, we're going to add our sugar tablespoon at a time until it's all incorporated and looks glossy.
Glossy.
So now what we're going to do, now we've added all of our sugar, is we're going to beat it on high for about 5 minutes or so until you can feel the meringue itself and rub your fingers and it doesn't feel grainy. If you do it when you first add it, just to see what it feels like, it'll feel like there's sand in it, that's the sugar, but then it'll all dissolve later on. Just make sure to keep scraping down the sides. Scrape down. Now with this, because I'm using caster sugar, I'll need to whip it a bit longer to get rid of the grainy feel. If you're using icing sugar, you won't have to whip it for as long. Stiff peaks!
Yay!
So now I'm just going to rub it between my fingers. So there's still a tiny bit of grain left, so I'm going to whip it for about another minute. So now we're going to add our vanilla bean paste. Now what you're going to do on a low speed is we're going to add our white vinegar and mix it only for about 10 seconds or so. 7, 8, 9, 10. get everything off the sides again. And then we're slowly going to sift in our corn flour and then only fold it about 7 or 8 times until the corn flour is just incorporated. Now you definitely want to sift this because you do not want a lump of corn flour in there. So to fold, you scoop all around the base, just fold it over the top. That's 1, 2. We put this in just to keep it nice and fluffy. It's just a little trick I learned growing up. I don't know if it's actually relevant or not, but I do it every single time. Okay, so now that our Pav mix is done, what we're going to do is take a little bit of the mixture, place it on our baking tray so that we can put the baking paper on top and it doesn't slide around. Then we're going to spoon out our Pav mixture onto our tray and then we're going to bake it. Okay, so the traditional Pavlova has a round shape, and what we want to do is kind of make it look like a little nest. But what happens is when we decorate it, we put cream in the middle and all of our fruit. So we try to have like higher edges, so it's like a little nesty bowl thing. But instead of eggs, it's whipping cream and fruit. And one thing which is always quite pretty to do is just kind of make little peaks yourself like this, because when they get all nice and browned, they look really cute. Okay, so what we're going to do now is put this in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius. That's about 355 degrees Fahrenheit. And then as soon as you put it in the oven, we're going to turn it down to 130 degrees Celsius, or about 265 degrees Fahrenheit, if my math is correct. And we're going to let that cook for about an hour. So the reason we do that is so that it has a nice crusty shell, but a nice marshmallowy inside. So that initial heat blast will start the outside cooking really crispy, but the inside will go all nice and slow. Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, so now what we're going to do is decorate our Pav. But what we need to do first is whip our cream. So we're going to take 1.5 cups of cream, whip it up nice and good, and then we're going to add our sugar and vanilla. Cream. Cream. Okay, so now what we're going to do is add our sugar and vanilla. Now just be careful not to over whip the cream because it can become clotted, which means it looks a bit
like
rank.
butter.
A bit like butter, that's much more descriptive than rank.
Alright, I'll just make sure that it's okay.
Sure, yeah, actually, yeah, good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Vanilla yum. Oh, yum.
That tastes like the whipped cream in the cans. But better because it's fresh.
It's fresh. So with the cream, you don't have to add the sugar or vanilla, but trust me, it really tastes so much better with it. But you know, it's up to you, but do it. And so what we're going to do now is decorate our Pav and then eat it. So now we've taken this out of the oven, and there's a few little notes that you can do here. If you like your Pavlova a lot more kind of soft on the inside, like a marshmallow, then let it sit in the oven until it completely cools. That takes about another half an hour. Then bring it out, and then you can use it straight away. It's great as long as it's cold so the cream doesn't melt. But what you can also do is leave it in the oven overnight. So you can make it the day before as well, which is a great like prepping tool. And then this will just make it a little bit harder on the outside. It'll still be soft on the inside, but more kind of like a meringue than a marshmallow, with a little bit of a soft center. Okay, so now we're going to decorate our Pav with our whipped cream and fruit. And while we're doing this, we're going to debunk some Australian slang myths, if we actually use it or not. So we've just got a few of them that we're going to share with you. Let's get started, mate. Do we say mate? Yes. Do we say sanger when we want a sandwich? I say sandwich. But
yeah, I've never said
I say sandwich. We say it to tourists. Do we say arvo when we mean afternoon? Yes, I say that all the time. Like, you want to go out this arvo, and it's what everyone says. It's Australian. Do we say Australia? Of course we do, it's great.
Even the news people say Australia.
They do, freaking Carl, it's great. Do we refer to kids as ankle biters? Yes, my dad calls me that all the time, even now when I'm an adult.
I call my sister an ankle biter.
Ankle biter.
Ankle biter.
Because they crawl around where your ankles are and bite you.
Apparently.
I did that. Do we say bog standard when something's basic? I don't really say that.
My mum says it.
Okay, so you guys say it.
Bog standard.
Bog standard. Do we call bottle shops or alcoholic beverage selling places bottle-os? You better believe it.
I don't know why we do.
We shorten oh, actually that's another one. Fun fact, we literally shorten everything. Afternoon, Arvo. Gary, my father's name, Gazza. Jonathan, Jono. McDonald's, Maccas. Oh yeah, we call McDonald's Maccas, that's a true fact.
It's funny because I call it, because in England, some people call it Mickey D's or Mackey's.
That's lame.
I've never called it Mickey D's.
No, it's Macca's.
Or as my mum has a unique one, which is McDonald's.
Sounds like the mafia. McDonald's.
McDonald's, the mafia.
But there he is. Do we say brekkie for breakfast? You bet we do.
Yes, we do.
Brekkie.
Let's go out for some brekkie.
Yep.
Where do you want to go? Here, Drongo.
Oh yeah, do we say drongo? Not as often as I would like to.
We should say it more.
Do we say get stuffed, you drongo?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We say get stuffed quite a bit. It's not the nicest thing to say, but that's true. Drongo, not as much.
Get stuffed, you drongo.
Okay, and here's a fun themed one. Do we say Chrissy or Crimbo for Christmas?
Yes. Yes, we do.
I say more Chrissy. I've never said Crimbo. But yeah, Chrissy I say.
I say Crimbo to sometimes. I mostly
to be
say
annoying.
Chrissy. Yeah, obviously to be annoying.
Do we throw a snag on the Barbie? Yes, we do throw snags on the Barbie. They are delicious. They are sausages. A good old Woolies snag. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah,
it's alright.
It's alright.
Do we say throw a shrimp on the Barbie?
No, it's a prawn.
We don't call them shrimp.
They're not shrimp. So if you if you come here and say throw a shrimp on the Barbie,
we're gonna look at you like you're an idiot.
Get out.
Like that's an Americanized thing because you guys call it shrimp.
It's adorable though. Like it is really funny because they're like,
hilarious.
Oh, they're like, oh, throw another shrimp on the Barbie.
And we're like,
and you're like,
we're like, what the hell's a shrimp?
It's like, no. Do we have Barbies on Christmas? You better believe it. Yeah. And we are not in bloody sweaters. We are in tank tops, shorts and thongs.
With a stubby in the hand.
Sandals. I think Americans call G-strings thongs. Okay, then with the leftover fruit, we usually just put it in a little side bowl and so that we can just have it extra on top of our pav. It's great. So, do Australians swear a lot? Yes. You just don't see it on camera because we edit it out. And the final one, do drop bears exist? Yeah, they're scary as F.
Oh, what a beauty!
Oh.
What a ripper!
Okay, we don't say ripper, we do say beauty.
I've had someone say...
Actually, yeah, I have said ripper before.
I've had someone say it to me like at work, and they were like, "Oh, you ripper!" And I was like,
Yep.
It was completely unironic as well. They were serious. Oh.
Alrighty guys, so that's how you make my Aussie pav for Christmas. And not Chrissy.
For Crimbo.
No, for Christmas. And it's really nice, it's so fresh, it's absolutely gorgeous. And what we usually do, we usually decorate it just before we serve it so that it's all nice and fresh. But yeah, I really want to eat it because I want to eat it. Let's eat. Whoa. Try this first too. So if you look here, the outside is all nice and crunchy, but the inside is still nice and springy and marshmallowy. That's what you want in a pav. Oh. Yay! Okay, you can have that bit because it has the most cream and I know you like cream.
And the most, yeah,
Most cream.
okay. Most strawberry.
So with your pav, do you prefer it to be crunchier or more gooey or both?
Both. I like a nice. I like a combo.
Cheers. Oh yeah, combo.
Combo.
Cheers. I didn't take that out of my mouth. It's just so good. Mmm. Oh, it's so good. It's like marshmallowy, crunchy, creamy and fruity. It's just like all that you want in a dessert. And also because it's so bloody hot when it's Christmas, you just want something nice and refreshing, and it's just everything you could want.
Especially with a cold strawberry. It's nice and gorgeous and refreshing and amazing and sweet and just everything.
This totally is not breakfast, by the way. Oh wait, lunch. Lunch. I want to make like 5 of these for Christmas, not gonna lie.
You can deliver one to me if you want.
I was planning to.
Yay!
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. And if you want us to make any other food or recipes from anime, manga, TV shows, movies, games, let us know. Comment in the section below. Message us on social media. Talk to our faces. We're pretty friendly, so if you want to. But yeah, so see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.